Welcome to the opening of Cheetah Kung-Fu on YouTube. I'm René Veerman. I run a website, have built a website and run it called seductiveapps.com, and I've also over the years developed my own Kung Fu style based on Tai Chi, Wing Chun, Bagua Circle Step, Sistema, several other Kung Fu styles. This will be the soundtrack that we use for this opening introduction set of moves. They're going to be online for free. I have still to figure out how to get paid content, like paid video files on YouTube. If that's not available yet, I'll nag YouTube a bit, or Google, their managers at least. That kind of nagging takes months. That's a red tape nagging. Anyways, I'm going to hook this camera to the desktop along with my grandfather. I'm glad in heaven to see it put to good use. Finally, it keeps recording. One sec. So. Just audio volume, because last night was a bit crappy. Okay, so Chinese say that Kung Fu is all about footwork, and it is. Because if you deliver a punch, the force here has to go through the arm, which means that this has to be completely straight, this has to be straight, this has to be straight, and then it travels down to the leg, to the ground, to actually project force into the target. That's why you see him standing like this, because they say it travels this way and then into the ground. What's important in Cheetah Kung Fu, which is focused primarily on dealing with multiple attackers at the same time, is placement of footwork to deal with a next opponent and scanning around you pretty much continuously for new opponents heading towards you. That's how Cheetah Kung Fu started out. It has grown into several other applications like dancing. We'll get to that in future videos. So first things first. You're barefoot on the beach. If you kick like this with your toes, you're going to hurt yourself. So the strike surface, as they say, is this. No? That's what you hit with. And then you get that. What you can do against the shin, which in kickboxing is hardened. Kickboxers stand like this, sorta. Some of them stand like this, but most kickboxers will stand like this and jab, jab, jab. Huh? The kickboxer way. Hit the shin on a kickboxer, it'll do nothing. If this muscle here, the inner thigh attachment point just above the knee, it's going to hurt like hell and it's going to disable his leg. Much like a kickboxer would do that kick with his shin to here to also disable your leg. So, practicing for accuracy and how much force you deliver for each target and each hit is really important. Because you don't want to be doing too much damage. You do too much damage, you spend too much time at the cop station and too much time in jail. And jail sucks. Cop stations, holding rooms suck too. Not that I've been criminal, but each guy occasionally runs into contact with the cops. And then he spends some time in the waiting room with the cops. And that kind of sucks. No. How do you practice for Cheetah Kung Fu? You take, or actually any effective Kung Fu style in which you yourself can determine how much force is delivered for each hit. Look an opponent in the eye and see how much aggression he's giving towards you, or how much desire to take you as prey, either for your money or for your ass or for your pussy, whatever. So look him in the eye and you can either kick him that hard, or you kick him so hard that the entire cupboard falls that way. How do you train for that? Chinese say you have to start real slow. And then a couple of years later for beginners. But what you normally do is you take a door, coat hanger, and you put a couple of coats over each other, and you got like this fabric layer, right? No. You can determine, so the fabric layer starts here. You can determine, I stop here, just in front of the target. That's a warning shot. Or you stop here, that's a light tap. Or you stop here, that's full strike. Second thing you never do in real Kung Fu is this. You get pulled, and get at me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? That's by year 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Basically practice Kung Fu 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, up to 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. The thing is, if you practice both in the morning and in the evening, you get that repetition thing that you get at school as well, and your muscle memory remembers better. This is a couple of movements, and in fact, the muscles here are not just one glob of muscles, strand, 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 each individually controlled by the brain. So, this is called a movement path. That's why the Chinese say, for the first 2 years, you can do it for the first week to 5 weeks, and then you can start to increase the speed. And in Cheetah Kung-Fu, it's different than in Wing Chun, for instance. Wing Chun doesn't even allow the shoulders to come forward. They use footwork to get in closer, and I think that kind of sucks. I started doing this, and then the Wing Chun guys taught me, we got something for that, and now, punk. I came up with this. You're out of the path of a straight line attack. You're out of the path of that hook, and this is for a strike with the left hand, left arm of the opponent towards my nose. So it's zoom. Yeah? We've moved out of the path of the strike, actually over his arm. His arm is going to be here. He can't hit you with a hook. And from here, because he's going to be moving backwards like this, he just can't hit you with that hook from that side here. So then this becomes possible as a second strike in the combo. And then you step forward to finish him off. Because from his perspective, he goes, whoa, I dodged it. And then the final. So you make him move backwards, he exposes this and this, you choose for a straight line punch to the stomach, and boom. And that's a combo in Cheetah. Actually, an effective Kung Fu combo. Yeah? And you got, after you know how to do this, and you practice by putting your own knee next to the cupboard and making a pencil mark, or with painted tape, you can make just a piece of painted tape here on your own knee height, and then the chin of the guy is this high, chin of the guy starts here, his knee would be around here, so you put a piece of painted tape here and here. What you want to do is have some kind of accuracy in both points. You can also, by the way, use knots in wood dark spots, focus on those. And this is a good idea, this is a good idea. This is not a good idea because it's going to get grappled. Grappling is, one arm is like this, and the other guy's or girl's arm goes here to block, and wraps around and starts pulling. So you always keep your hands closed, like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. This is fairly good, because you can do this. And in actual confrontation situations just before the fight, stand like this. My favorite stance. Strikes to the, you can go to your stomach or the groin. To the nose, making the opponent do woohoo. Beep, beep. In which just options. That is perfectly fine too. Now, as for footwork, on phase 2 you want to be focusing on 1, put it down here. Can I reach this and stay in balance? And can I put it here? And what can I reach from here? Can I reach that? Can I reach this desk? Step here. And a straight line punch is the favorite among more non-showy fights in boxing matches and wrestling matches and on Kung Fu from Hollywood. It's always roundhouses. Oh, that's a butterfly kick. But anything that is a round movement, a high movement, butterfly kick, is A, way too slow, and B, opens up everything. Here, I'm open, 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 open. It's asking for trouble. So, in effective Kung Fu, rule number 1, no kicks above the waistline, or actually above the stomach. These floating ribs are about as high as the kicks go. These are called the floating ribs, because they have slightly, the bottom ribs at the side, they have slightly less attachment points to the rest of the rib cage, so they're more easily bruised. If you hit a guy on the abs, especially a kickboxer who is practiced, you're not going to get anything done. That just doesn't hurt. Let alone when the guy does this, to put this on a ricochet plane, it's going to bounce off any straight line punch, or kick in fact, is going to kind of bounce off, and you got this blocking it, plus this counter straight to your face. So, these are good targets because there's no stomach muscle protecting them. You hit a guy here, not too hard, eh? Because if you break a rib, it goes into the organs. That's a hospital bill. That's longer stay in jail. So, a fair punch here will hurt. Will hurt so much that the guy decides to focus on his pain rather than continue to fight. But this plexus thing, Systema guys from Russian martial art come, they often say if you strike the plexus on a downward angle, it hurts a lot. Well, here's me saying to the Systema guys, I want to come over someday, maybe in a few years, and you get to do that to me, because, watch this. I am not disabled for fighting. Yes, it kind of hurts, but I am not disabled for fighting. And that was on a kind of downward angle. So, 1, you put it here, and what can I reach here easily, and how far do I have to extend my foot? Because you might be moving backwards in the last minute, but can I still reach him without going, oops, and now I can't kick anymore. Now he's out of reach. So if you miss, step here, turn around, and also check this. Because that guy is at a distance, that guy there. You check here for other guys on approach. If you stand like this, can check all the way to there. Stand like this. My view is up to here. And actually up to there if I count in periphery side. Periphery side is, normally I focus on this, right? You have to look there to see what that is in focus. This area of your vision is periphery side, and it focuses on movement. If a limb moves towards you or a person moves towards you fast, you'll see that. The direction and speed is coming towards you at width. So you stand like this after a kick that didn't hit him. He's like half a meter to a meter away. Meter is the yard. You look here, and you got all the way to there that you can scan for new opponents. So you don't just do this, no, you do, and you check everything for new incoming opponents. Now, slightly more static and advanced example. Yeah. The three guys in front of you that are intent on harming you. So, first thing you learn in real Kung Fu is this is dangerous, inherently dangerous. These two guys can approach you like this. Guy, bad guy, bad guy, bad guy. Huh? Say, all of them chin this high with relative to mine. Yeah? All stronger in arm wrestling. That's the real world, with robbers approaching you. They're always in a group that is stronger than you. Otherwise, they wouldn't approach you to rob you. So this is actually kind of stupid because these guys are going to rush in, they're going to grab you by the shoulders, and you're going to mobilize, and you're dead meat. First thing you do is 1, 2, and then immediately you turn like this because this guy is either backed off. Let's suppose he's got hit, no? So he's busy dealing with his pain. The three guys, you're fully justified to shadow the nose. You learn that by. And then we'll get to in a later lesson called body hardening, because that's another half-hour paper. So, three opponents. And the first thing you do is step to the side, strike, and suppose it does shadow the nose. He falls backwards on that. This guy now deserves a warning. And you stand like this, and it's also the warning, I'm going to shatter your nose as well. He's going to be focusing on, he's going to hit my nose, he's going to hit my nose. Or you can also do a firm kick to the balls, because he's focused on his nose. That guy is probably going to move to here, to attack you at the same time, in a straight line to here. So somehow, you got to back him off, actually moving as he is moving that direction. Whatever it takes, if he comes in, because this happens real quick, sort of the real speed, because that you can also do. This is just a palm strike, it's not a wimpy strike. If you hit with this, it is as hard as this, but without the risk of having this angle wrong, and then you can't hit at all anymore. That's why we do push-ups on the fists, to get used to this straight line here. But this area here can be made just as hard as the actual fist. And it actually is naturally as hard. Oops, I haven't done this in a while. Huh? Okay, so if you hit with this, it's shattering. If you hit with the Mazathon, this area here, and you can just put him on the nose and push him backwards, and maybe he'll fall on his ass and on his wrist. Now on concrete on the street, I got hardened wrist, hardened fist, hardened underarm, this and this side, both arms of course. And if you fall on stone without expecting it, on your ass and saving yourself like this, because that's a natural reflex in all humans, you're going to fall like this, and it's going to hurt like hell and you won't be able to strike. Not with the fist, because this hurts like hell, and not with the palm strike. So, you got two options based on how much aggression is in this guy's eyes after what you've done to that guy, shadow the nose. This guy has a certain look in his eye, and there's a certain amount of aggression still coming from it. If it's light aggression, you're kind of obligated to use this. You press it against the nose, you press him back, and you just do this. As you go, also go for some kind of strike against him, who might be here already. This guy gets pushed back, and maybe the hook, maybe another one, and that's dealing with multiple opponents. They will always try to regroup, and like really quickly too, to have two opponents come at you at the same time. They say try to line them up. That's actually kind of hard to do. So you're going to have to deal with the one closest to you first, and then immediately to the second guy, or to the next guy. Is there anything else I want to put in this first video? Yeah, semicircles. Basically, people in too many Western cities need to become the norm in a verbal argument to approach each other to this close. Yeah, a guy has an argument and he walks up to you and it's what the fuck, this far from your nose. What you do is don't come closer, don't come closer, don't come closer, and when he does, he will, because he's the badass and you're about to be addressed by the badass. You say, stand here, I'm going to step back and you're not going to follow me. You take a couple of steps back. If they come after you again, they got no brains at all. If they stand at a meter or 2 meters distance, then you got a chance for verbal diplomacy and verbal de-escalation of a confrontation or a conflict, which is better. If you prevent a fight, both faces are saved. The Chinese expression saving face. His ego not too damaged by spectator cowards, and my ego not too damaged. That's two faces saved, or all faces saved if it's multiple versus multiple. And I call that a half-tuck tail. You should have to say, oh my god, you're right, I did, you're so right. And then you get to walk away. That's called a full tuck tail. Start tussen de benen steken. And we do want to avoid full tuck tails. So, this is fun. This is fun. You put it down here to be able to reach this, but at the same time, if you're going to kick here, want to put it down here so that you also move out of the way for his straight line punch and then get him in the balls. Now, well, that covers footwork and the basics of multiple opponents. I'm going to stop the video player and see if this uploads, and yeah, that'll be the first video.